सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्परम्। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्ततामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः। देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। Verse number 6 onward. यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय। सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृतिं यान्ति मामिकां कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादो विसृजाम्यहम्। प्रकृतिं स्वामवष्टभ्य विसृजामि पुनः पुनः। बोधग्राममिमं कृत्स्नम् अवशं प्रकृतेर्वशात् न च मां तानि कर्माणि निबध्नन्ति धनञ्जय। उदासीनम् असक्तं तेषु कर्मसु मयाध्यक्षेण प्रकृतिः सूयते सचराचरं। हेतुनानेन कौन्तेय जगद्विपरिवर्तते। अवजानन्ति मां मूढाः मानुषीं तनुमाश्रितं परं भावमजानन्तो मम भूतमहेश्वरम्। Here in this chapter we have been seeing lot of secrets by the Lord, and he had said first 4 of them you must remember. I pervade the entire universe in my unmanifest form. Second, therefore all of them are in me. Third, I am not in them. Fourth, they are not in me. Apparently the second and the fourth one are contradictory. They are in me, you say, and then suddenly you say they are not in me. Somebody asked me this question yesterday. I asked, you all dream, right? Not now, but when you are dreaming. Some of them may be dreaming now also. Let us ask this question: when you dream, you are in the dream or dream is in you? How can it be both at the same time? You are seeing many things in the dream. Are you in the dream or not? Yes? So where is the dream? So you are in that or not? I am in them, they are not in me. So if you see that very carefully, when I am seeing the dream, I am in the dream not knowing it's a dream. Think. When I am in the dream, I am seeing things in the dream, but I do not know that I am in the dream. Only when you wake up, you say, that was a dream, that was in me. Correct or not? So in the same way, in the misunderstanding that there are varieties of names and forms in this world which I happen to see, which is what makes me see the differences. These names and forms that I see as the world, if you see it, Lord Krishna says, then that is in me. By me alone, everything is pervaded. Everything, matter and non-matter, living and non-living, moving and non-moving. And you happen to see this variety of things in this world. Since you see it, that is in me. Since you see the snake, the rope says, the snake is in me. But when I realize that substratum is a rope, not a snake, the substratum is the Lord, and on him is the projected the world, on this rope is the projected is the snake. When you ask the snake, are you a rope or the snake? You ask the rope, are you a rope or the snake? He says rope. Then when did you become snake? You saw it. Not me. So therefore it is not in me, really. Never it was in me. So it is because of our projection, our perception, you happen to see the world as variety, but when you realize me, then you will not see it. The movie that you see on the screen happens on the screen, but when they put the lights on and you see the screen, where is the movie? Projected on the screen. Where was the projection? On the screen. Was the screen there before also? Yes. While the movie was going on? Yes. After the movie is over? Yes. What is Nitya is the substratum. What is Anitya is the projection. Adhisthana tata adhyasa. The Sanskrit word is Adhishtan or Adhyas. Adhishtan mane substratum, Adhyasa mane superimposition. You take your child into the temple, a Shiva Linga is there, and you say Bhagavan Shiva hai. Let us say the Murti is not there. Ye Shiva hai. The Bible very innocently, a stone hai. वो ठीक है, but उसमें अध्यास आपने किया. You have put a projection on that very stone, the concept or idea or the reverence, the love or devotion of God. What you are seeing by the eyes is the stone. What you are seeing by the mind is the Lord. Is it not true? Your daughter, you have so much of love. For me, it is another girl. There are many of these children are here, many girls are there, many boys are there. They are all, but for you, daughter. Is it daughter is another person or your projection? Mera beti, meri beti. The relationship that you have with your child is exclusive. Just as much as a bhakta has an exclusive relationship with the Lord that you cannot imitate. Even looking at a small stone, he will have the emotion of looking at Bhagavan Shiva, which you may not be able to see. It doesn't matter, but for him, that represents the Lord. Just much as that girl represents to you the emotional connection that you have with the daughter, can it be replaced by anybody else? No. So therefore, there are two kinds of projection. Adhyasa, Adhyaropa. Adhyas mane adi asati, adhi, over. above, asati, to throw. Adhyaropa means deliberately we put it only to remove it later on. To understand. Just like you put the soap on your body. For what? It is nice, it's nice smelling. I will go as is to the Chinmaya machine. Or toothpaste. I like this toothpaste. You put it on, some people do that also, just look at white. You remove it. You have to. Is it not true? When you put on the soap, it is for a purpose, and after the purpose is over, you remove it. Adhyaropa is purposeful superimposition done by the Vedanta to show that what you are seeing should be understood correctly and then remove it. Aisahi, when you are able to see the Lord on a form, on a stone, uske baad, afterwards, if you have installed him in your heart, usko apavad ho raha hai. You remove it. You don't need it anymore. Purpose of, therefore, that superimposition is to create the loving devotion to the Lord. Apparently, now you need an external form to do that. Without that, that emotion doesn't come. Just like our Gurudev will say, a pole vaulter has to carry the pole and run so fast, and with the pole he will go to the top, and then what will he do? Unceremoniously. Without any regret, he will leave the pole and then jump to the other side. Isn't that? If he says, my dear pole, you have been with me for a long time, how will I leave you? Then the pole, he and the bar, everything will collapse. He will have to leave the pole to jump on the other side. Similarly, the alambana is necessary for us to reach to a certain height of realization. Afterwards, drop it. The pillow, the bed, the fan, and everything is necessary for you to go to sleep. Once you got to sleep, when you are snoring away to success, then you even remove the pillow, remove the bed. When you have reached there, then you don't need all of those. So there are two forms of superimposition. One is deliberate, one is ignorant. When we see the snake on the rope, instead of seeing the rope, we see the snake. That is ignorant. When you see the Bhagavan on a stone, it is purposeful. You understood the difference? One is not knowingly you are doing it. I don't know. I see the snake. And when does it go away? Only when you see the rope, you realize my misunderstanding that I thought that it was a snake. Now I know it is a rope. That knowledge dawns there. Whereas in the case of Adhyaropa, where purposefully you project it, that projection is deliberate. Because otherwise the mind will not focus. Once the mind has been focused, just like doing a japa also, you have the form in front of you, and then you take the Rudraksha mala or any Tulsi mala, and then start chanting, keeping the Lord in your front, and looking at the form, and slowly, slowly bringing that form into your mind, chanting the name, slowly, slowly. When the mind is fully occupied in that name of the Lord, or form of the Lord, or in the thought of the Lord, neither the mala you need, nor the picture you need, or form you need. But don't jump. You need to go through the methodology so that you know the purpose for which it is meant. Therefore, Bhagavan said, when you see the names and forms, ignorantly, they are all in me. But when you come to realize that I am alone, they are not in me. That's why he put in between, nateshu. I am not in them. Maya tadamidam sarvam jagat avyaktamurtyana matstani sarvabhutani. They are all in me. Nacha aham teshu avastitaha. And do not think that I am the variety. Nacha matstani bhutani. I am not actually, if they are not in me, Pashya me yogam. Then you see Pashya. Then you see me. The boy was scared to see a strange woman walking into his house until she removed the makeup. And she realized, oh, it's my mother only. And the Adhyaropa is removed. Adhisthana will be seen. When the foundation is removed, the real face will be shown. So, therefore, Krishna says, if you have been seeing me as the individual here, not knowing I am the Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram Avajananti, they do not know that I am the substratum of the universe appearing in front of you as Krishna. Avajananti mam moodaha manushim tanumashritam param bhavam ajanantaha Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram. Not knowing me as the very Lord of the universe, they see me as the son of Vasudeva and Devaki. I am standing in front of you. Manushim tanumashritam, I have taken to this human form. Param bhavam ajananta, they don't know the higher nature. Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram param bhavam. My nature, which is Bhuta Maheshwaram, the Lord of the How he claims himself to be the Lord of the universe? Prakritim swam avashtapya visrjami punah punah bhuta gramam imam krishnam avasham prakriti avashat. With the help of this prakriti, power of creation, which is what we celebrate as the three powers, Shakti and Lakshmi and Saraswati. All the three are adhisthans. The very support and substratum of the universe, the power of the Lord. So, these three important substratums or the powers of substratum of the Lord are to be realized as part and parcel of our life. Jnana bhi ek adhishtan hai, karma bhi adhishtan hai, और वित्त भी, है ना? कर्म, वित्त और ज्ञान. Action, wealth and knowledge. All the three are the support of our sustenance. So कर्म का स्वरूप है वो शक्ति, और वित्त का स्वरूप है लक्ष्मी, और ज्ञान स्वरूप सरस्वती. So recognize the importance of that in this perceived universe. कर्म में ना आप रख सकते हो. Without action, can we remain even for a little moment? Even if you remain inside your body, it's happening. Breakfast खा के आया और प्रकृति भी चल रहा है. It's doing the work there inside, whether you like it or not. और ज्ञान और वित्त. Knowledge is necessary, wealth is there necessary, and action. All the three are. Whether you will, let's say, Prakrtir Vasham, Avasham Prakrtir Vashat. If you like it or not, it is. So that is the three forms of the Devi. But people who do not recognize this and think that everything is happening according to their whim, they are called men who have become completely deluded. So that is said in the next verse, verse number 12. Mogasha moga karmano moga jnana vichetasaha rakshasim asurim chaiva prakritim मोहिनीं श्रिताः मोगाशा मोगकर्माणः मोगज्ञानाभिचेतसः राक्षसीमासुरीं चैव प्रकृतिं मोहिनीं श्रिताः. मोहिनीं प्रकृतिं श्रिताः. Shritaha, taking support of Mohini Prakriti. As I have told before, Bhagavan Vishnu took many avatars. One of the avatars is Mohini, but you don't worship that. If you worship Mohini avatar, then that's different. Such a person who is taken to worship only the delusive form, Mohinim Shritaha, they come to have Rakshasi and Asuri Prakriti. Asuri in Asura Bhava. Asura Bhava. Sura means you're sure, Asura means not sure. So when do you become not sure about anything? One of the definition of Asura is Asushu Ramante idi Asuraha. Asushu means liquor. In the liquor, Ramante. So when you have become too spiritual, it happens on the 31st of December or on Diwali night. Blah, 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 blah. Asushu Ramante Asuraha. So when you are filled with that, anything you ask, whatever you say should not be taken as true at all. This is not true. Anything and everything you say. But that is to be taken as a statement of fact. Even in the court of law, it doesn't work. Does it work? Doesn't work. He says so, liar. It doesn't work. If it is under intoxication, if a person makes a statement, it is not considered as legal. It is not sure. That's called sure. Asushu Ramante idi Asuraha. Rakshasa. Rakshasa. Gurudev give a beautiful example for this. A definition for Rakshasa. I've told you this before also. A person who is educated is called Sa-Akshara. Akshara means education. Akshara means one who has Akshara Abhyas, So you start the process of learning through first learning the letters. So one who has not learned is called unlettered person. Lettered person means one who is educated. Sa-Akshara, opposite of that. Sa-Sha-Ra, opposite Ra-Sha-Sa. It is not that he has not got educated. His education is used for wrong purpose. A lot of them are there around. You look at it. Some ministers, some councilmen, this and that. Even they are, or CEOs and CFOs, they are educated and all that thing, but they are using it for extremely selfish purpose. They are called Rakshasa. Best example is Ravana himself. Not he was uneducated. It's not like, yesterday's villain. He is like today's villain. Yesterday's villains, look, bloodshot eyes and then this kind of nowadays a coated, suited boot. CEO of a company, Rakshasa. Ravana was like that kind of a person. He was extremely talented, musically talented, poetically talented. In the bhakti is also everything is best. Bad, wrong purpose, wrong action. Moga asha, wrong desires. Moga karma, wrong actions. Moga jnana, wrong knowledge. Purpose of the knowledge has been messed up. Mogasha, moga karmanaha, moga jnana, vichetasaha, without mind, mindlessly. In 16th chapter of Gita, Bhagavan very beautifully puts this point, elaborates this. Those are go prakritesmin or lokesmin. Those are go. These are two kind of the beings I have created. Those are go. These two I have created. Lokesmin. Devi Asuri. They are called Daivik forces and Asuri forces. That is actually the storyline of Star Wars. Isn't that true? Dark Vaders. Then what's the other one? Goda or Soda. What is that called? Yoda. That is the usual plot of every movie also. Though Buddha Sargo Lokesmin, these two creations have been there. Daivi and Asuri. Daivi Prakriti Mokshaya Nibandhaya Asuri Mata. The Daivik qualities are meant for liberation, and Nibandhaya for bondage alone is Asuri. So we have to find out what kind of Prakriti we are. Usually the Prakriti word itself, they say, Prakriti hai. Prakriti means what? A person, a thing, not wrong. But what kind of Prakriti is the? Is it Daivi Prakriti or Asuri Prakriti? So Asura Prakriti. See, Asura means what? See, when you say Jnana or Ajnana, which is real? When you say Jnanam, and not having Jnanam is called Ajnana. To be precise, that doesn't really exist. It is only exists depending upon this. Like in Sanskrit we say Rhythm, Unrhythm. Truth, untruth. What do you mean by that? That which is not the truth is untruth, right? Now you tell me, truth is one. How many untruth can be there? What's all? Endless. Truth is one. How many untruth will be there? As many as you want. Is it not true? Well, that is why even in the Mahabharata also, Pandavas are very few, but Kauravas are thousands in numbers. That is to show what is true is little and what is not true cannot be counted even. I can tell you a truth, but to tell a lie, I can have 1,000 ways. So, Asura, when you say that not the good means bad can be thousands and hundreds and thousands and millions can be. Problem is you must know the truth, the untruth also. You know the truth, but you don't want to tell. That is called untruth. If you tell something which you don't know whether you are right or wrong, legally you are not even punishable. Correct or not? I have to refer to the lawyer nowadays, the L people. If you tell something and you do not know that it is not true, it is less punishable than knowingly telling the untruth. This is called premeditated murder. So when you say untruth, it can be thousands and millions. Asuri, therefore, Asuri Sampat is Nibandhaya, bondage. Why? I'll tell you one more thing. If I told a lie to a person, I should maintain it. Tomorrow I said something. This is not what you said yesterday. Oh, I said something else. So I have to remember I told this lie to him and that lie to her. I have to remember every lie I said. Otherwise I'll be lying down on me. But if I tell the truth, do I have to remember? Tell me. If I'm telling you the truth, do I have to remember that? What truth did I tell you? I don't need to remember. I'm free. Because the truth is what it is, and if I tell you that, and everywhere I tell the same thing, then there's no question of any liar in this, there's no need for me to remember all those things. It's the truth. Satyameva jayate nanratam. That's why truth wins. Satyena panta vidado devayanaha. Upanishad says the whole truth, the path is laid out by the stones of truth. On the other hand, a person who is of the nature of untruth, asuri, rakshasim, asurim, prakritim, mohinim, shridaha, those who have resorted to the delusive, untruthful ways, their asha, the hope is moga. Moga asha, moga karmana, moga jnana, vijetasa. Their hopes, their desires are also in vain. Their actions are useless, purposeless. Their knowledge is fruitless. What is meant by purposeless action? Krishna explains in the 16th chapter, pravrittim cha nivrittim cha jana na vidu asuraha. Pravrittim cha nivrittim cha naviduhu janaha. Asuraha janaha naviduhu. What is to be done or should not be done is not sure about them. Na shaucham na cha api acharaha. There is no purity, there is no conduct, character. That is the nature of asuri sampat. So, when we see pravritti means pravartanam, engagement. Engagement means to engage in this world, what I should do. Nivritti, what I should not do is unclear. That's why you ask your children, are you hungry? The children will go back and come, go up and, meaning, I'm not sure. And if you are 42, then also I ask you, are you hungry? That means you have never grown beyond 18. You're just stuck. If you are hungry or not, who will know? You tell me. I don't know. Do you think somebody else will know it? Somebody else will know. Tell me. Are you hungry? What do you think? That is called unclear. Pravritti, nivritti. They don't know. Either they never thought about it or they don't care about it. That is another thing. Now, in our life, when we are doing something, is it the right thing to do? How do we know? There are three ways of knowing it. Either you imitate somebody else. That's what most of us do. My neighbor did, therefore I will do it. That is not the right way to do things. Just because your neighbor did, it need not be right. So how do you know what is the right thing to do? Either you imitate somebody else, which is dangerous. Second is you are on your own. I have decided to do. I don't care anybody else. I don't need anybody to tell me. That is more dangerous also. Or getting from the wrong source. Somebody who is having a what do you call that? Vicious intention is making you do it. And you listen to that person and do it. That is also not right. So therefore in that chapter Bhagavan Krishna very clear says, Tasmat Shastram Pramanante Karya Akarya Vyavastitau. What to do and what not to be done must be referred to the right source. That right source is called Shastra. If you are buying any equipment in your, when the shop you go, they give a manual. What for what? If it is a small product and they put in the manual, first thing is don't put inside the mouth. Don't leave it to the children. Is it not? Plastic thing and all, don't allow the children to play with, because if they put it on their head and then they will soak, they will, Why do they put those things? That's called Shastra. Tasma Shastram Pramanante, manual. So in this world, we do not know. Certain things we have understood out of our experience, but many things we do not know whether it is right or wrong. When we do not know about anything legal or illegal, you go to a lawyer. What to feed your child if just born, then you go to the doctor and ask, what is to be done there. Don't go to the lawyer for that. So what should I feed my child? Law books. In a law book you usually eat. Then you have to go to the doctor and ask what is the right thing to give to my child. So in this world, therefore, you need to recognize. And if you don't refer to that, that is Asuri Sampat. Moga Asha. Delusive hopes and desires. Moga Karma. Wrong, purposeless actions. Then Moga Jnana. Fruitless knowledge. Kakadanda Parikshanam Iva. You know what is Kakadanda Parikshanam? Jnana to chahiye. You need knowledge, but what kind of a knowledge? Purposeful knowledge. Otherwise, you will sit and worry whole day about how much teeth a crow has. It's knowledge, all right, but is it necessary? What is the purpose? What is the fruit of that knowledge? One person was seen on the road. He's stuck between the horns of a buffalo. His head is stuck between the horns of a buffalo. Somebody was passing by, asked, what happened? How did you do that? He said, I want to really find out what is the distance between two of them. I put my head inside, it got stuck. What is the purpose, you tell me? And in this world, our children are stuffed with knowledge, which most of them are useless. After 2 days, you ask, they don't know about it. But they are seriously studying. So, moga asha, moga karmanaha, moga jnana vichesasa. And see, jnanam also can be purposeless, fruitless, another one thing. Wrong knowledge is also there. They think this world is asatyam apradishtamte. Jagadahu anisharam. Aparaspara sambhutam. Kimanyat kamahetukam. This world, according to them, is asatyam, apradishtam, anishwaram. These three are wrong knowledges. Knowledge is plural, is not there anyway. All the three knowledge are wrong. Apradishtam. First one is asatyam. This is a Buddhist method. Krishna talked about it much before that. The world is not non-existent. It is not unreal. It is temporary. If it is unreal, you will never experience it. Do you experience the world or not? See, when you say dream is no doubt a temporary experience that you had. And it was there when you are not aware of yourself as an individual who is dreaming. At that point, that very world that you experienced was apparently real, experienced. On waking up, you realize that even though I experience, it is anityam. That the anityam is what is called mithya. Mithya means apparently seen, but on enquiry is not there. That is called mithya. Whereas the nihilists, the people who believe in total nihilism, they say it is not there. Asatya. That is one. Second, or even may say apradishtam, it has no substratum. Pradishta nahi hai. It has no support. Or they may say anishwaram, there is nothing governing it. Everything is happening haphazardly. And if you ask them, then how do you think this world has come into being? Aparaspara sambhutam. This is a product of a copulation between male and female forces. Kim anyat? Kama hetukam. Kam hi uska hetu hai. The very substrat, very reason why the world is, it's because of the passion for the opposite forces. Get attracted to each other and creates. Is it not? That is the way science looks at it. But when we understand clearly, this is a moga jnana. It's delusive and misunderstanding. Nothing in this world can be there without a support. And support is that which has caused it to happen and into which alone it will go back. There must be a substratum on which the entire thing must be projected or even apparently sustained. If you can remove the substratum, obviously the one which is supported will disappear. As Gurudev has given this law of the logic of spirituality, in that itself he said, every effect has got a cause. Effect is nothing but cause in another form. From the effect you remove the cause, nothing will remain. So when we do not understand this, we say that it is just a combination of male and female forces. That is called moga jnana. Moga asha, moga karmanaha, moga jnana, vichetasaha. They don't think. Rakshasim, asurim, chaiva, prakritim, mohinim, shritaha. On the other hand, as he having said about the asuri sampat, the nature of asuric knowledge and desire, etc., Krishna proceeds to say, what is the opposite of that? Devi sampat. Divine qualities. What are that? Mahatmanastu mam partha Daivim prakriti mashritaha Bhajantyananya manaso Jnatva bhutadimauvyayam Mahatmanastu mam partha Devim prakriti mashritaha Bhajantyananya manaso Jnatva bhutadimauvyayam. Devim prakritim ashritaha mahatmanaha. Devim prakriti. The opposite of that asuri prakriti is, or those who have devilish qualities, opposite of them is called divine qualities. Devim prakriti ashritaha. They are called mahatmas. Mahan Atma, meaning great self. Self, oneself is seen to be the self of all. So those people who have this understanding that my own self, who is there in me as consciousness, is the very consciousness of all living being. Those who understand, they are called Mahatmas. Ananya manasaha bhajanti. With no other thing in their mind, they will continuously engage in the worship of that very Lord. Bhutadim avyayam, the one being the very origin of everything which is imperishable. Jnatva, knowing well. So just to show the stark contrast between these two. People who have these devilish qualities, they engage in this world, and their purpose of this action will be useless. Knowledge is fruitless, and hopes are very, very elusive. And their action obviously will have no long results, lasting results. On the other hand, men of correct knowledge, who are those who recognize oneness of everything. The moment you bring variety, division, there is only destruction. More you see the division, more possibility of destruction and violence. All violences in this world are created by a sheer unintelligent, ignorant perception of divisions. Anywhere, whether it is at home or in a community or in the world or in the country or in a whole world. The whole destruction is because of seeing more and more differences. The love by very nature is seeing the oneness. If only I can see myself in the other person, there is no question of even a violent thought that can cross in my mind. Where I only see the difference, then obviously not even a single thought of togetherness will come. Mahatmas are those who have seen that complete oneness. Mahatmanas tvam partha devim prakriti mashrata, because they have understood that there cannot be but only one. And such a people alone can be people of integration, and they bring about a togetherness of the universe, of the people. We'll see more of it in the next session, because we have a few announcements and also the announcement first, then our Dr. Acharya would come. Okay. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkhavat Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.